So hello everyone, it's your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we are going to get into the Norn's palette from Oden's Eye. So I ordered this and I have my original ones here too to compare them to. I don't know why, but I keep all the sleeves. These are one of the few brands I keep sleeves for, so I have all the two. And then Norn, since it's the same size as these, I like these size palettes. Like the other ones I tried from them, not so much. Like I used to like the Soul Main palette, but I find it hard to come up with color story ideas for it. Anyway, this is the inside of this palette, and I feel like you all will know why I love it. It is absolutely stunning. Like, look at how gorgeous this is. I could come up with easily like 3 or 4 looks with this palette just based upon the shimmers and the matte that they use. It's just a gorgeous palette. So I figured we could try out some looks today. I don't know how many I want to do. I kind of want to do like a more cool mauve tone look, because y'all know I love those. Then do something with these reds, if you will. Then of course I have to use the blues last, and then I figure I'll do like an orangey, like muted brown type of look on Instagram for y'all. So I'm going to go off camera and pick a look to start off with. I'll probably go with the berryish mauve tone to start off with, and then I will be right back. But I'm trying to remember, how much did this palette cost me? I want to say it's like $33 that it cost me. I'm just happy there's no pressed glitters in this one, because honey, I was so tired of doing pressed glitters. But I'm gonna be right back and give y'all like a mauve toned eye look. Also, tell me what you think about the skin, because I'm trying something new and I feel like it looks like radiant and glowing from within, and I'm here for it. It's a vibe. But I'll be right back with the first eye look. So I'll talk to you. Okay, y'all, so this is the first eye. So I kept it real simple. I literally just used this little cluster right here. So I kind of didn't do a darker outer V for once. I just used this shade all over. I used this shade on the lid, and then this is the inner corner shade. So we're going to start off with that. So this shade is called Mist, the mauve-ish tone shade that I use for the outer V and in the crease. And this is a Profusion small pointed eyeshadow brush. I wanted to see how their brushes were, because I had heard Adriangameover talking about how nice they were. I was like, well, maybe I'll try some out. And then I ended up going into Walmart to get some for my mom when I had went to Sephora. So I saw they had the Profusion stuff. So I actually got the Profusion foundation too, y'all. So if you want a review, we can see how that goes. But yeah, I had wanted to try it for a while, because you know I think it's a $6 or $7 foundation. So I was like, for the price point. And then my friend Angel Confessionals on Instagram was telling me how she liked it. She had bought a shade that was a little bit too light, but she made it work for her, and she said the formula was really nice. So I was like, okay, y'all know I am obsessed with complexion. So I was like, let me go ahead and try this out. So next week I'm planning on doing my first complexion corner series, where I talk about all the foundations that came out in the month, and talk about what I liked about them, what I disliked about them, would I buy them again, and what I'll be adding to my, like, you know, how heavy in rotation they'll be in my collection versus now and like summertime, things like that, based upon how the formulas work and stuff. So I figured that'd be fun to do, because you all seem to really like when I do complexion videos, depending on what the complexion product is. So I'm thinking I'll do that, and then when summer comes and I'll then we can rehash that. I need to film a Project Pan update, because I think I did mine in like December. So I figure, it's March. I'm gonna try to be like Adriangameover every 3 months. Remember to do it. I've been project panning and stuff at home too, though, that I just didn't tell you all about. I actually finished a setting spray. I think I finished a couple of setting sprays. I might have finished the concealer. I don't know. Obviously, I don't finish stuff as quickly, because I'm here when I usually do my makeup, making videos for you all. So I have obviously panned and finished more stuff here than there. Like, I think I finished a couple of setting sprays here, and I'm done with the NARS bronze. I'm on to another bronze I'm trying to pan, which is going to take forever, because it's one I hardly, if ever, used. But we're going to work on that. But I'm still trying to rotate products in that I like to use. So that's the only thing that sucks about Project Pan is, to me, the shade we just put on the lid was Obsessed. Now I'm going to go in with Optimism and put that in the inner corner. And then we'll be done. But yeah, so it's like, it's harder for me to pan stuff, because I want to use my new things, enjoy my new things. But at the same time, it's like, I have all this other stuff. And since I keep having to buy stuff, I want to use up some other stuff. So like when I do my everyday Instagram pictures and things, I try to use my Project Pan stuff for that. And then when I'm reviewing stuff for you all on the weekend, when I actually try a product and go outside, is when I use the stuff that is new, or that I just like, when I don't have anything that's like super new that I need to use. So that's how I try to balance out my little makeup situation. I don't know if how other YouTubers do theirs, but that's just my personal method of doing it. Because when I'm coming on camera just to film random videos from when I don't have new products, I use products that I have in my project pan. Or when I'm doing my Instagram pictures during the week, like I take them on Mondays and Fridays. When I'm not testing stuff on the weekends for you all, when I can actually have a whole set up time to film, then I do it that way. But this is our first finished eye look. I'm thinking about taking a brown pencil and just putting it on the lower lash line for all the other looks we have to do. Because I'm still going to have to film Instagram videos after this and do Instagram pictures for the week. And speaking of which, I haven't put my Instagram picture for the day as it is now. I need to get my life in order, y'all. But anyway, that was the first look. The next look I plan on doing is like, I kind of want to use this red, this brown, and then I'll probably end up using this brown just because there aren't that many mattes in here to choose from that I feel like work well with my skin tone or what I want to do. Although, okay, y'all, so here we are with look number 2. I just kept it real simple again. I used this brown right here. I used the red, and I used that pink chameleon shade, which is giving this cool inner corner situation. I'm definitely here for it. I feel like, well, I'll talk about how I feel about this stuff at the end, but let's go ahead and get started with this eye look. But I put a base underneath this red to give it that extra pop that I feel like it has, because it's a satin, and y'all know I'm not big on satins. I feel like I need to do this stuff extra in order to give it the extra pop, bam, pow that I wanted it to have. I need you to go. But yeah, so let's get started with this cute little eye look or whatever. Okay, y'all, so I'm trying to decide if I want to get like a vanity impression like drawer set to leave here at my grandmother's house, because I'm accumulating so much stuff, and I got all these little plastic bins around, which is cute or whatever, but it's like the little plastic unit that you all saw in the eyeshadow declutter video that you saw, I think it was sometime this week. And then the I'm gonna take the brown shade in the palette, but yeah, it's like a plastic thing, and I had so much stuff in it, so like the wheels popped off the back of it but not the front, so I just ended up taking the wheels off. So I'm thinking if I get maybe a unit and I sit it in this corner over here, that'll work out better for me than having this random setup right here that I don't really like that much. And plus I can put like my plastic containers that are sitting over there on top, and then I'll have some more space to like sit in this room and store things that, you know, I want to use next, because it's like originally I wanted that setup over there to be for the stuff I use next, and the thing was on sale for like $166, so it didn't cost that much. And since I am quite the handy girl, I would be able to put it together myself and, you know, all that good stuff. So I'm thinking I want to do that, but I'm like, I don't know, because I'm like, maybe I can just get an IKEA setup that'll be like cheaper and go that way, because at the end of the day, I mean, this isn't my house, so I'm like, I feel like maybe I shouldn't be like making that type of investment, because then I'm gonna have to take it down or unbuild it or whatever you call it. What's the brush I was using? Because I took this coloring right here, if y'all have seen in my Instagram videos, I've been doing that lately, and cut the lid, but as usual my brushes always go missing. Of course it rolled underneath my leg, because that's what it always does. But anyway, but that's where I am right now as far as like the space for stuff, because again, we're gonna be here the entire summer, so I'm thinking maybe that would be more practical. But I don't want to just have build it and then, you know, like once I move into my actual house, then I have to, you know, take it down and do all that, move all that stuff, when it's easier just to move these plastic containers around. So I don't know, we'll see. But how y'all feeling about Becca closing its doors after like 20 years? I'm like, oh wow. I mean, like, I felt like they were going down like a lot, because everything they came out would look the same, and then they didn't have it's not like they didn't have quality products, it's just they didn't have the backing of influencers anymore, as far as like, you know. And then they ran champagne pop like to death in the ground. So it's like, I feel like I kind of expected this. Not that I'm happy about it in any way, because they have some lovely products. Like, I still think they make some of the best highlighter formulas, even though I know like we have a million other highlighter formulas to choose from now that are just as nice. But it's like, I still like theirs. Like, I still have Dreamsicle, I have Chocolate Geode, I think I have Opal, and it's one other one. I think I have the Rose Gold one. So it's like, they have quality products, like those Be a Light face palettes. I really liked those. So they have great things, and sad part is I felt like their powders and stuff were just as good as Hourglass powders, but for some reason they didn't get the same recognition for their powders, which I don't understand, because they actually include everybody when they make powder, unlike Hourglass's ass, and their quality was just as good as Hourglass's. So I don't understand why people weren't like repping it, or like people were clowning to be a light palette. It's like, it was making me think, like, is it true what they say about influencers getting paid to like shit on other brands? Because their powders are just as good, but everybody was talking shit about that Be a Light palette, and I thought it was nice. I have actually 2 in my possession because I thought it was that nice, but other people were just trying to clown it to the high heavens, and I'm like, what is the problem? This palette is fine. It is a quality product, and y'all over here just trying to shit all over it. Like, I do want to try that new palette that they came out with, though. What is it called? I forgot the name of it, but they have like 6 different shades. Again, I feel like they do a good job when it came to their shade ranges and everything, while everybody was just trying to shit all over the brand. So I'm sad to see them go, but I mean, like, if they can't produce and get a good return on the investment with the things they do, then they probably should go out of business before, you know, they lose too much money and it was just a whole waste, and that 20 years goes down the drain because they don't have the support from the community anymore, which I feel like is what it comes down to. They don't have the support of the community. The community is kind of like out here making other brands popular, and, you know, like, they're not getting the love that they used to get. So that's why there's a whole video about Becca and, you know, will they be making a comeback and all that. So you can watch that. Too Much Mouth made the video like a while ago, so that was another reason that interested me. I'm like, she made a video talking about what they could do to come back, and it's like, I guess, you know, they were just like, well, they were too deep in and there was no way of coming back or something, so they had to like leave. I will be sad to see them go though. But I'm interested to see what Smoking Glow is going to say in her video about it, because she said she's making a whole video about Becca in and of itself. And I am interested to see what exactly she's going to say about it. Because I'm always intrigued to hear other people's thoughts about stuff when I have opinions on stuff. So we're pretty much almost done. Let's go ahead and put the inner corner color in, which is Pink Chameleon. And I lived for it because when I first put it in, I was like, oh, okay. Like, see, it gives you this weird orange, like, twinge to it, but it's supposed to be pink. That's why I'm not getting why it's giving off this orange thing. But maybe it's because I mixed it in with the red. But in my inner corner, in that part where my skin is, it's not mixing with the red. So I don't know why it's turning yellow, but I mean orange, but I think it looks cool as hell. I'm here for it. It's a vibe. I'm loving this eye look. This is the second eye look. Now, y'all know the final one about to be a banger. I'm about to use this color, and I'm going to try to use all 3 of these somehow. I'm thinking I can put this one on the outer V, this one toward the front, and maybe like this one in the inner corner. And of course, y'all know I have to use this matte because it's just everything. So I'm gonna go off camera and do the last eye, and then I will be right back, and then we'll get into my final thoughts, because I actually have a palette that I feel like this will pair with extremely well, and I want to talk about that as well as what I think of the quality and the color story overall. So be right back. Okay, y'all, this is the last eye look number 3. So I went balls to the wall crazy with the blue, the green, the purple, like I said I would, just because, you know, sorry, well, yeah, technically it is blue, green, and purple, because each one of the shimmers that's on my lid now have like a shift to it, which is another reason I'm super excited. But I used the ones I told you I was going to use. I used this one is the one that's in the inner corner, and then these 2 are on the lid. So let's start with this last eye look. I'm trying to come up with fun things to do in for my Mr. GQ's graduation, because if you all didn't know, Mr. GQ is graduating from college in a couple of months. So he's like, he wants to see if, you know, he wants to try to go on a trip, but he's like, he doesn't know how, you know, well, or how, you know, COVID will have changed by then, because it's in May, and, you know, we about to hit March come Monday. So I'm like, I don't know either, but I'm trying to think of some fun stuff you can do in the vacation spot he's trying to go, which is Miami. I've never actually stayed in Miami for a long period of time. It's like, I think we had to like fly out from there when we had went on a cruise once. But otherwise, it's like I don't really know too much about Miami. So I've been trying to like look up stuff and see what fun things there are to do in Miami. So I literally just put this on the outer V for now, and then I dusted the color at the crease after I put the shimmers on. So I'm about to put on the shimmers now. Start off with that one that looks bright bluish green in the pan, but then when you put it on the lid, it like shifts to like 2 or 3 different colors, which y'all know I'm definitely here for, and it's a vibe for me. But yeah, so I don't know what exactly to do in Miami, Florida, because I've never been to Miami. As far as like staying there for a period of time, I know people love to go there on vacation, which I've never really understood. I don't see the appeal of it, but you know, I guess when I think of Florida, I think of like Disney World, and that's in, you know, like Orlando, not Miami. But since I'm not a like fun person who likes to go out and party anyway, I probably wouldn't like think to go to Miami. So I'm like, if y'all have any ideas, like if y'all live in Miami, tell me some fun stuff to do, because it's like, as far as I'm concerned, I'd probably be trying to go to restaurants. I know he probably gonna be trying to go to bars, and like, don't they have like a strip on Miami or something like that where you're supposed to go? Again, I've never been, so I have no idea. Now I'm taking the purple shade and going toward the front, but I want to take him to at least do one like fun thing I know he would like to do, as opposed to, you know, just going out to eat a lot and like going shopping for the week. Yes, y'all, let's blend them together now. Even though it's kind of hard, because I feel like you can clearly see the distinction, and when I tried to do it on this side, I feel like you can still see the distinction, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Okay, so we got that one on the lid. Now I'm going to go back in with my reference number 13, and reference supposed to be having a sale come, I think it's mid-March, because I went to the website to see, and they're supposed to have a sale on the concept store. I told them I wanted to see a sale on eye brush sets, because it's like I want that reference number 21 that Mel is always talking about, that they made just for her. That's supposed to mimic some MAC brush that she had that was discontinued, that's not natural hair anymore, or the brush was just discontinued itself. I don't remember. It's supposed to be really good for putting on shimmers, so I'm intrigued to get one. But all their brushes are sold out right now, so I'm hoping they have it come back in when the sale comes up. So you can go on their website and like sign up for it now if anyone's interested. I figured I'd throw the information out there because I just happened to go to their site yesterday, because I was like, I want to get some more number 13s than what I'm using now, because I really like that to blend out colors in the crease and colors on the outer V to give the nice, you know, airbrushed effect that they give. Now I'm going to take this reference number 15 and just dust over this really quick. But yeah, they will be having a sale soon, and I am excited. Gotta get my little coins together. And then doesn't the like Sephora VIB sale come in April, like the month after that? I feel like time is like flying by. So let's go ahead and pop this blue shade I showed y'all a minute in the inner corner. And look at that pop, honey. So as you can see, I already put the mascara on this. I put the mascara on this after I go off camera and take my Instagram picture. But we're going to talk about this palette now that I have finished my third and final look. So I really like this palette, but I do feel like it's lacking some of the darker, deeper mattes that I like to use in my outer V. And sometimes in my crease if I'm just trying to do a true smoky blown out look like I do now. Like this color is fine, but it's like this black isn't a matte, which would have been nice to make more darker vampy lips. And then I feel like they don't have enough softer shades, but I understand it's more grungy palette, so I understand like the color selection behind it. But I feel like this palette is really good quality, like everything blended out easily the way it normally does. I didn't have any issues with blending or any issues with the shimmers other than them putting satins in here. We know how I feel about those, but I found a way to make the satins pop, and then I could wet the brush and make them pop too. But the only thing is I just feel like that's a lot of work. But the color story overall is gorgeous. The palette overall itself, the quality is great. So if you don't mind satins and you love the dual chroming situation that's going on in this palette, I definitely recommend you buy. But I plan on pairing mine with the Club Nebula palette, because Angie gave us all the dark mattes you need that this palette is lacking. Like that purple. Remember I said there was only one mauve purple and it wasn't enough? I can use this purple in here. I can use purple in here with that red shade. If I want to do an all smoky red blown out Valentine's Day or Swedish Days look, you can take Angie's red in here for the darker color, then put that red on the outer V. You can use this pink to dust over. You can put Angie's Nebula shade on the lid, or you can use Pink Clementine. So I feel like Angie's palette, it will be a great pairing for this palette. Again, with these shades up here. If you want to use like this green shimmer right here, you can go ahead and use that, and then you can use Gravity to dust over top. You can use these deeper shades right here in addition to the deep shade that's in here, and you can use this lovely green duochrome for a nice effect. So I feel like these palettes are going to pair extremely well together just based upon the color stories that they have. So if you already have Angie's palette and you were looking at this palette, you can get this palette and have a comparison and have enough mattes and things to go along with it. And this one doesn't even cost that much. This is $33 if I remember correctly. Do not quote me because I forgot to look it up. But yeah, I definitely recommend that you try out this palette if you love grungy, deeper, vampier tones like myself. It's definitely the palette for you. I feel like, I don't know if it necessarily should came out this time of year, but in Sweden maybe this is a good time for this palette to come out because of the color story of it. But I feel like this would have came out and been better received like in the fall, just as far as America goes. But I like the palette. I recommend the palette. I definitely think you should try it out. I'm over here looking at my eyes like, yes, I think I'm sexy. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all in dimes. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. So y'all just really gonna let me run off without telling y'all about the comparisons of each palette based upon the colors that's in here. Y'all petty. No, but so I figure I start off with the Alpha one since that's the first big one that they had. So here's how they compare. They don't compare that much, but I feel like they pulled a couple of the mauve tones that you see in this palette from this palette. Like I feel like this color is really similar to this color. It's just a little bit lighter. So here's what both of them look side by side. I think that's only, yeah, that's only pretty much what I see. The orange in here is different than the orange in here, so those aren't the same. And the brown in here is lighter than the brown in there. So just quick comparison there. Did I nick into the other palette? I hope not. So this is the Alva 2 palette, and I'll show the comparison between it. Now, with the Alva 2 palette, I feel like there's a little bit more in common because it has a lot of the blues and greens that are in here. But these don't shift like these do, as you can see on my lid here. But yeah, like the blues and greens. So that's what I feel like the mattes in here could definitely complement the blues and greens in here. If you want to just pull the mattes from here and then just use the shifting duochromes in here, you could do that as well. I probably should have pointed that out sooner, but these are what they look like. And then the orange matte in here you could use with this shade right here. So I feel like they did a good job of making stuff that wasn't exactly the same, but it would still complement the other palettes that they have in this side if you're like a collector of their palette and have them already. So yeah, now we're actually done. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.